Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today let us learn about the components in the React. So what are components? Okay, in React a component is nothing but reusable, self-contained piece of UI that defines how part of an application should appear and behave in the web browser. So what is a component? It is a reusable, self-explained or self-contained piece of user interface, that is UI, that defines how a web page should look like, a piece of web page should look like. So what does this component contains of? It contains of props means properties, that is the data input, and it renders UI elements, that is the output of the component. So output of the component will be HTML element or UI interface elements that will be outputted through the component. So there are mainly two types of component. One is functional component. Functional. One is functional, and other one is class. So one is functional component, and another one is a class component. These are two types of components. So what is a functional component then? Functional component is a JavaScript functions that returns JSX, JavaScript XML. So it is a fully JavaScript file. A functional component is a fully JavaScript file that is that outputs only the JSX file. That means that returns the HTML tag, whatever written in the JSX elements. It takes inputs as a props and returns the HTML. That is what is the functional components, right? It is a simple and more concise way of writing to write the components. It's a simpler, as functional component is a simpler way of writing the components. So what are the hooks it uses? It uses use state, use effect to handle state and its state effects. So let's see how to write the functional component in the React. So let's begin the coding of functional component. First one is functional component. Okay, start. Import React from React. It automatically takes. Then next line will be a function, calling a function. Let's give it a name, greet. Open the curly braces. Sorry. Okay. So within the function, return the HTML element. You can directly return the HTML element, or else you can use constant element equal to the HTML element, then return that element. So h1 hello world, or you can say hello people. So we need to export this function. Export default greet. Save it, compile. So you can see here the output will be hello people. Okay, this is how we code functional component. Let's see another code which is of with the use of the hooks and bit more complex. Okay, import React, and we need use state, right? Use state. This is a hook in the JavaScript. So from React, constant greeting, just a name, element name, equal to, within the bracket, the curly brace, add name. Constant again of messages, comma, set message, equal to, call the use state, state of hello. Then return the function, return inside it a division class, a division tag, in that h2 tag, the curly braces, message, comma, name. So name should be within the curly braces, right? Name. Then we'll add a button on it. That will look nice. Button. So on click. On click. Right. Click. Simply set messages. Set message of, let's say, 100. Change. This will be our better name. And then division is, then export this, export default, and name is greeting, right? Greeting. Here is our code. So run it. You can see hello and this button is being displayed. So why name is not being displayed here? Let's check it. So here the name is declared but not given with any value. So give a value like Abhi, right? Save it, compile it. You can now see the output hello Abhi. And if you change the greeting name, if you click on the change greeting button, it changes the greeting. So this is about the functional component. And now let's see about the class component. What is the difference between functional and class component? Let's see about it. Okay, so the main difference between the functional and class component is that functional component is a JavaScript function, whereas the class component is written using ES6, what we call it as ECMAScript 6. That is nothing but ES 2015 or ECMAScript 6, popularly known as ES6. It's written using ES6, which receives again the props and returns same JSS element. So how to write the code then for the class component? Let's see it. Let's import React, comma, here we need to import the component also. That is the main difference in the coding of functional component and the class component. Component from the React. Oh, this line will come. it will take as form, so clear it. Write the code clearly from React, right? Yes, it's correct. Then class, give the class name like welcome. This should extend, use the extends keyword, this component what we have imported. So this is how we write the code for class components. So inside this, call the render function in the curly braces, and inside it return the HTML element, whatever, like hello people, right? So export this function now. Export it to index.js. Export default welcome, right? Welcome. Compile it. Now you can see hello people here. So let's see another example which is of different type and of somewhat a difficult one. So class component is written with the ES6 where it uses the render function also, and has a use state and use effect in the functional component. We have this dot state and this dot set state in the class components. That's the another one difference between functional component and the class component. Now let's see the coding of the class component, and this code will be somewhat a lengthier code. So we need it, import react and component, the same one. This remains same in every code. Yeah, right. Then again same syntax, class greeting extends same component. This also remains same. In this we'll call the constructor props. So what are the properties it is taking? Now let's see. So super props this dot state, as I said, this dot state equal to message so what is the message should display? Hi, right? Or first message was hello, right? Hello. This was our first message. Now this message was changed to change message. Okay, sorry, change message equals to is function call. Then here you open the bracket, this dot set message, now set state, sorry, set state on the curly braces, open the bracket. Here the message should be, what was our change message? Hi. Yes, in the curly braces, right? So now we need to render this. Now after this need to write render function. Render what to return? Return division tag, h2 tag, side which this dot state dot message comma close the bracket comma and another one bracket this dot prop dot name. Close the bracket. Now we click it button. On click, on click. This dot change message, right? This dot change message. Was the name for the button? Change greeting. Change greeting was the name for the button, as we again in the last code. So and the division tag. Okay, that is the end of the division tag. And okay, return function should be there are some errors. Let's correct them. Here is the output, you can see. Change greeting button is working now. Thank you guys.